Back with CBB as promised right after we hear from on assignment, Adele's segment. It's easy being green. We almost got it right.
There was a better cue there.
Sitting in tonight is Richard Chorus
Hey,
for
Richard.
Adele. Take it away, Richard.
And this week's It's Easy Being Green is beginning with a roll-in report.
I'm here at the Arlington County Fair with ATAG, an organization that's passionate about protecting Arlington's tree canopy. John and Ann, you're here at the fair talking about trees, right?
Yes, we are.
That's correct.
So, John, right before we turned on the camera, we were talking a little bit about the Dawn Redwood. Can you tell me what that's all about? Because a lot of people in Arlington are talking about it.
Well, the state champion and county champion Dawn Redwood is at 3260 North Ohio Street. A developer named Richmond Custom Homes bought the property, wants to put up 2 homes, and we, with some neighbors and other groups, also the Civic Association, opposed the cutting down of the Dawn Redwood tree. We got a petition together. There were over 1,000 signatures presented to the county. Civic Association wrote a letter. Urban Forestry Commission weighed in, and so on and so forth. However, I am sad to report that the county just approved the development which would involve cutting down the tree.
And that is very sad. And it's not the first time that a champion or a stately tree in Arlington has been taken down. But something about this particular tree and this movement has really galvanized Arlingtonians. And have you seen a difference?
Yeah, I've seen a difference. We've gotten a lot more, maybe with the advent of activism online. I think that's helped a lot. We've had a couple of petitions. Seen a lot of younger people get involved too, and just I've done some door-to-door canvassing, and maybe, I don't know if we've hit a tipping point, but I think people are just wanting to see a different approach to tree conservation, not just replacing trees that are being taken down during construction.
And we put a lot of stress on our trees here in Arlington. I mean, obviously now with some extreme weather, we're recognizing some of the other benefits of having stormwater managed through our trees. Do you feel like Arlington County is giving enough attention to this issue?
No. We're going to probably write a letter in the near future to the county detailing what additional steps we think the county can be taking. We don't think they're taking full advantage of the existing legal authority. It is no question that Virginia is a very strong property law state. The owner does have control over their property, can cut down trees unless there's a reason not to. The Dawn Redwood happened to be in a resource protection area. We thought that would give it a good chance, but it turned out not to. I don't know the full county rationale. I can't speak for them. I do know that in recent years, ATAG is only like 4 years old itself. I'm also a tree steward. I've been working as a tree steward for about 10 years. And I'm seeing, the concern getting bigger and bigger. More and more houses are being torn down. Every lot seems to be clear cut. Why is that? We don't understand.
Well, I think one thing that's happening around the nation, especially in urban areas, is they're starting to quantify the real value of trees. So, Ann, can you talk to us about some of the things that people who might not know further about trees, why it's so important to preserve our tree canopy?
I think there's a lot more awareness about the tree's role in helping combat climate change. Trees sequester carbon. Carbon has been increasing. That's part of a contributing factor to climate change. They provide habitat to wildlife, so I think that's also very important. You want to see diversity of wildlife in your environment, also your built environment. There's a lot of wildlife even in the urban area. We don't want to see that wiped out. They help with stormwater runoff. We've also seen a change in our weather pattern. We're now getting a lot more rainfall, and tree roots can help absorb that, especially in areas that are being more heavily constructed.
And my understanding is that homes are more valuable and their properties carry more value if they have trees on them.
I think that's certainly a proven point. But we do have a conundrum where I'm seeing in my neighborhood clear cutting of smaller, older homes. None of the trees are being preserved on the lot, and then newer trees are being put up that are not going to have as large a canopy. So it is a conundrum. They do add a lot, save on heating and cooling, but owners want to see these big new mansion-type homes.
The value of land in Arlington is so extreme, and in the Washington area generally, that you have to build a very large house to support that value, and that means maximizing the buildable space on the lot, and it doesn't leave room for the existing trees that are there.
So I think that ATAG and Tree Stewards and Eco Action is doing a wonderful job of galvanizing support around this and helping people recognize how important Arlington's tree canopy is. So I hope you'll come and see us on our program, The Sustainable Scoop. Good, and I think all Arlingtonians should look them up online. ATAG,
Arlington Tree Action Group, yes.
Arlington Tree Action Group. Thanks so much.
After that interview was recorded, the 114-foot-tall Dawn Redwood tree was cut down on Tuesday, August 21st. Online reactions to the news were mixed. Some commentators blamed the county board for failing to save the tree. Others pointed out that the tree's removal was the decision of the new owner of the property and recommended a boycott of the organization. Another commentator took a more limited view, suggesting only that no one purchase either of the two homes that will be put up in place of the tree. One commentator chose to use dark humor, pretending to report that the builder has launched an interpretive concept development process to memorialize the tree. Draft Concept A represents the majesty of the redwood in the form of a memorial deck. Draft Concept B envisions a series of Adirondack chairs and side tables. Draft Concept C proposes a ceremonial bonfire and marshmallow roast. There were also opposing opinions. The tree is on private property, and the owner has every right to cut it down. Also, may he who has never burnt wood cast the first stone. Still others proposed somewhat belated solutions. Why don't the environmentalists use their own funds to buy a property containing the tree? A win-win for all concerned. Also, the county board could have easily purchased the house and torn it down to create open space and save the tree. Neither of these last two solutions stated where the money for purchasing the property was supposed to come from. The environmentalists' commentator assumed that they were collectively wealthy enough to pay the owner a sum greater than the anticipated profits from the construction and sale of two homes. The county commentator did not acknowledge that the current budget shortfalls have already resulted in reductions to county-provided services. In any event, Ross Richmond, president of Richmond Custom Homes in McLean, ended the matter swiftly by ordering the removal of the tree. None of these commentators mentioned an emotional thought. The tree was a healthy, living thing that was expected to last another 400 years. It's easy being green, but it can be sad sometimes.